After all this time, after so many videos, it's finally time for me to share who I believe should join Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yo, what is up guys? It is the Media Nut back at it again, making another video, and welcome to another episode of Should They Join Smash? It's kind of funny saying that though, seeing how things seem to be coming to an end very soon. With the most recent Nintendo Direct, it has been confirmed that on October 5th, Sakurai will be doing his final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate presentation. Yeah, you heard me right, that's it.
We're in the end game now.
It's crazy to think that after all this time, we've gotten so used to getting all these Smash news that it's strange and bittersweet to think that it's all coming to an end. And though I do admit that I wish I made more videos discussing who I believe should be in the Smash Bros. Roster, I think it's about time I make a video that I should have made a very long time ago. You would think by now that this would be the type of video I would have made such a long time ago, but I guess I just haven't really put enough thought into who I really believe are my top 5 choices. There are so many video game characters out there who I genuinely believe deserve a spot in Smash. And now that we know that the final character is about to be revealed, it's kind of crazy to think that only one of these characters might join the roster. Before we get started from this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please do not forget that this video is a list made by my own opinions. Whether or not you agree with them, that is totally fine by you. If you want to share your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, please be my guest. I would love to have a conversation with you guys. With that in mind, let's skip the sentimentality and go straight to it. This is my list of the top 5 characters that I believe deserve to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. For those of you who are familiar with my channel, when I talk about characters joining Smash, I usually try my best to think of it in a logical approach. I'd focus less on how much I care about a character and more about whether or not they really have what it takes to be a Smash fighter. So because of that, I tend to focus more on things like whether or not they're a video game icon, the video game history that they leave behind. I also think about things like moveset potentials, possible stages, costumes, music. So when it comes to making a list of my top 5 characters that I believe personally should be in Smash, I gotta be honest, it was pretty tricky. There are so many characters that I believe deserve to be in Smash that I couldn't just think of 5. So before we get started, here's a couple of honorable mentions. These are still characters that I believe should join Smash, but because of certain things that may be standing in the way, at least in my opinion, it may stop them from joining the roster. First, let's talk about Tracer from Overwatch.
Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
For the longest time, I always thought that Tracer from Overwatch had a pretty good shot of joining Smash. Overwatch is not just a popular game within the modern day, but also it's innovated the multiplayer team game genre as a whole. And out of all the characters in Overwatch, it just kind of makes more sense for it to be Tracer due to the fact that she's basically the face of the franchise. She's a recognizable iconic character that would fit extremely well with the other characters on the roster. Along with that, she'd have a very interesting moveset based off of her speed and time flowing abilities. And let's be honest, it's nice to have more female representation in Smash, especially with someone with a quirky, likable attitude such as Tracer. Adding to that point, we already know that Overwatch and Nintendo has worked very well together. Seeing how not only has Overwatch been added to the Switch in recent years, but also to the fact that there was originally a plan for an Overwatch Switch to come out. Add the fact that the game continues to be relevant to this day, including the fact that there's going to be a new Overwatch game with Overwatch 2 coming out very soon, it's pretty fair to say that Tracer had a good chance of joining Smash. The only reason why, in all reality, I'm not adding her to the list is simply because of the Blizzard controversy. I'm not really going to get too deep into it due to the fact that I don't really talk about that kind of stuff on my channel, so if you guys want to hear more about the Blizzard controversy, some stuff happened with Blizzard and some real world things, and if you want to know about it, I'll just share a link to certain reports and articles about it down in the comments below. Next up, let's talk about Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Not only is Dante a video game icon, but he's arguably the face of the hack and slash genre. His moves, abilities, and his vast array of weaponry really makes him an interesting contender to join the roster. Along with that, he's already been a very popular and highly voted character. And to this day, people still talk about how fun it would be for him to interact and fight with characters like Bayonetta, which is basically a long-awaited fight similar to Sonic and Mario in Smash. Out of all the other Capcom representatives, Dante really is the one that most people want to see. With that in mind, and you're gonna see this topic brought up quite a bit in this video, is it a good idea to end Smash Ultimate with another Capcom character? Within the Smash Bros community, there's already been a lot of talk about how certain third-party characters have already had up to 3 representatives in each of their lineups. Some of those companies include Konami, Sega, Square Enix, and also Capcom. From the Capcom company, we already have 3 representatives in the form of Mega Man, Ryu, and Ken. Now, you can argue that maybe because Ryu and Ken are from the same game, maybe that's not the way that people should see it. Like, yes, it's 3 characters, but it's only 2 franchises being represented. And keep in mind that even though I'm stating this within this video, this is still technically a fan-made rule set. Realistically, there's nothing stopping Sakurai from putting another representative from one of these companies. But with that in mind, for this list, I tried my best to focus on characters from companies that are not as represented. You may see a few exceptions here and there, but that's why it's important to remember that this video is simply my opinions. Our last spot within the honorable mentions was kind of a tricky situation. Both characters I do believe have many reasons for each of them to be in Smash, and I can already tell that some of you are probably gonna be a bit upset with the choices that I made. Heck, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little surprised with some of the choices I made. But I want you guys to know that this is definitely a hard decision that I made, and in the end, these 2 characters I feel are somewhat tied, at least for this list, when it comes to who I believe deserves to be in Smash more. There's a lot of things that are going for these characters to be in Smash, and a lot of things that are against them. With that in mind, let's talk about Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears.
You must all have an information.
Now, allow me to introduce you to my latest creation.
Oh, I've waited a long time for this.
For the past couple of months, I have been extremely excited and happy to see so much support for this character to join Smash. And in all honesty, he really deserves that support. Just like most of the characters on this list, Dr. Eggman is a video game icon. More importantly, he is a video game villain icon. Just like I mentioned with Tracer, we need more representation, especially on the villain side. But more importantly, something that almost every single person in the Smash community can agree with, when it comes to all the third-party series that are part of Smash, it's Sonic the Hedgehog that needs the most representation as of this point. And with Knuckles and Shadow already being assist trophies, who better than Dr. Eggman, Sonic's main arch nemesis, to jump into the fold and join the fight? Just imagine the moveset possibilities with his Eggmobile or his Eggwalkers or just any of his inventions. Along with that, there's so many great choices for stages like Eggman Land or even the Death Egg. And let's not forget, this is the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise we're talking about, so you know we're gonna get some amazing music with this character. I could already imagine an amazing trailer with Eggman jumping in, attacking Sonic and other heroes while the Eggman theme is playing. You already know I'd be rocking out to that trailer multiple times. With that said, just like Dante, the only thing that's quote-unquote stopping Eggman from joining is this fan-made rule about there being 3 Sega representatives. Within Smash, we already have a couple of representatives from different franchises in Sega. That includes the Blue Blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog, Bayonetta from the Bayonetta series, and Joker from Persona 5. What I believe holds Eggman a little bit higher than Dante is the fact that he is really the only true video game villain that's missing from this roster. I mean, look at all the iconic villainous characters that you have in Smash. Bowser, Ganondorf, Sephiroth. Literally by adding Eggman to the roster, you will have all 4 members of the Big Bad Bosses band in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Shout out to Gerard the Completionist and also the other members of Big Bad Bosses because their music is fantastic. I guess when it comes to Dr. Eggman and Dante joining Smash, the big question that we have to ask ourselves is whether or not Sakurai is willing to end Smash with a character from a company that's already represented. Part of me believes that he could, but another part of me also believes that the best way to end it would be from a company that's not really represented in Smash. So yeah, you could probably see why this list is so tricky for me to make. All in all, if it were up to me, all 3 of these characters would have been added to Smash such a long time ago. I would have been so much more hyped for these 3 characters over that one other character. Well, now that we finished our honorable mentions, let's get down to the real list. And starting at number 5, this is definitely going to be a topic of controversy.
We've lost control! Save yourself!
If I don't stop this, it could destroy all existence.
You have your orders, now get out of there!
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start. I'm going to the 7th!
You took an oath! You're betraying everything we took from you!
No! I'm gonna need that. Over here! Gotcha!
Okay, so I know what you're thinking. How in all things pop culture and media did I decide to put Jonesy from Fortnite above Dr. Eggman, Dante, and Tracer on this list? And trust me, it took a lot, and I mean a lot of self-convincing to add this character in. But the truth is, similar to Minecraft Steve, Jonesy makes a lot of sense. Jonesy is the iconic face of Fortnite, which already has innovated the shooting genre, specifically popularizing the Battle Royale genre for years. You cannot deny that Fortnite has affected the world of gaming in such a massive way. I mean, heck, it's gotten so big that games that are not even shooters have joined the Battle Royale genre. Never, and I mean never, in my life did I ever expect we'd get a Tetris 99. Whether you like it or not, we have to face the fact that Fortnite has become a cultural, worldwide phenomena just like Minecraft. With that in mind, let's not forget that Jonesy and Fortnite has already crossed over with other series, specifically series that are already part of Smash. Seriously, I never thought I'd see the day that Ryu would be in a shooting game, but it happened. Even Mr. Video Game himself, Super Mario, has been added to the Battle Royale genre. Fortnite is huge, and just like Minecraft, it is ridiculous to think that people would not consider Jonesy in Smash. I mean, in all reality, I could already see multiple weapons in Fortnite being used for a moveset, and the building mechanic could be something similar to Minecraft Steve's. With that said, there is a bit of a double-edged sword here. Smash is not a stranger for having controversial characters being added to the game as the final character. Heck, before we got a second Fighter's Pass, we were all thinking that Byleth was the final character. And you know how everyone reacted to that. Do you guys remember when Steve was announced to join Smash and all of Twitter seems to have shut down? I'm imagining Jonesy would be a very similar situation. The more I talk about it, the more I think about it, he does seem very likely to join, but I'm also wondering whether or not Sakurai would add him in due to that controversy. In the end, it's Sakurai's choice and we have to accept it. But I do admit I wonder how much thought Sakurai puts when it comes to adding in controversial characters. I don't know, I think this is definitely something we gotta talk about in the comments below, so please, share your thoughts on that. Now moving on to a somewhat less controversial character.
Long ago, the primordial forest, deep and mysterious, witnessed the birth of a man. A vegetable. No. A thingamajig. Conjured from the magnificent moonbeams of the second summer solstice, woven together by us, the nymphs, destined to preserve the equilibrium of the sacred universe. The one we call Rayman proved himself to be absolutely unmanageable.
Ever since that leak from Smash 4, people have been discussing the topic of Rayman joining the roster for years. And seriously, why wouldn't they? Rayman is a video game icon, but he's also one of the mascots for Ubisoft, which, may I remind you, is a company that's not represented in Smash. Which is crazy to think when you realize that there is a Rayman spirit and also Rabbids costumes in the game. Rayman has been a long-awaited and definitely a requested character. And we already know that Ubisoft and Nintendo have been working close together, so it's crazy to think that there are no Ubisoft reps in the game. Heck, Assassin's Creed has a Mii costume in the game. With that said, as deserving as I feel Rayman has for the spot, I have to admit though, he has not really been the most relevant character. Sad to say, the Rabbids have actually become much more focused and relevant than Rayman himself. I don't see Rayman joining up with Mario for gunslinging action. With that in mind, Sakurai, please never, ever, ever, ever put the Rabbids as playable characters in Smash. That will be my nightmare. Not as big as a nightmare as Goku, but definitely getting to that territory. I know I made a video a long time ago discussing whether or not Rayman should be in Smash due to the fact that he's also in the game Brawlhalla, but thinking about it now, I feel like enough time has passed from his inclusion in Brawlhalla that I feel like joining Smash wouldn't really affect Brawlhalla's success with the character at this point. Especially with the fact that Brawlhalla has had so many amazing pop culture characters joining in for the fight in recent years. Besides, we have many characters in the roster now that have joined other fighting games prior. So there's no real reason why Rayman can't join the fight. Like I said, the only thing that I think is stopping him is the fact that he's not really as relevant as he once was. But like many characters on this list, I definitely feel like this crazy thingamajig deserves a spot on the roster. Speaking of relevancy, this one character has definitely become extremely relevant, not just in gaming, but also in recent Smash news.
I made it!
Yes, it's everyone's favorite spiky-haired positive Keyblade master from Kingdom Hearts, Sora. You guys have known for the longest time that Sora has always been my #1 choice for Smash. But with that in mind, I am trying my best not to show my bias for this video, which I know is ironic. This is a video about my opinion of who I want in Smash or who I believe should be in Smash, but I'm focusing more on the should than the want. With that said, putting bias aside, Sora is still high up in the rankings when it comes to characters who could join Smash. Clearly, I am not alone when it comes to the hashtag Sora for Smash Gang. Especially with recent news where apparently it was leaked that Sora may be in the game, though admittedly I tend to look at leaks with a grain of salt. And I recommend you guys do the same. Trust me, you will have a much better speculating experience if you do. Going forward, Sora is the face of the iconic video game series and arguably one of the biggest crossovers in gaming and pop culture history, Kingdom Hearts. You guys have already heard me talk so much about Sora in my Sora for Smash video, so if you guys want, just click the iCard up ahead and you'll be able to see me go fully into it. But with that said, I would like to update a few things due to the fact that that video came out before the release of Kingdom Hearts 3, which has introduced even more abilities and powers for him to use in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You still got things like magic and flow motion, but you got so many more abilities now, such as Keyblade transformations and attraction flow. Sora literally has the potential of having one of the most diverse movesets you will ever see in Smash Bros. History. And like I said for my Sora for Smash video, by adding Sora into Smash, we also have the possibility of getting Kingdom Hearts music and stages in Smash. I can only imagine fighting foes on top of the clock tower in Twilight Town, or in the haunting deserted lands of the Keyblade Graveyard. Other places such as Castle Oblivion, Traverse Town, Radiant Garden, even Skylight Kylum would be fantastic stages for Smash. But I know the Smash community, and I know what a good amount of you guys are probably gonna say. Oh, yuck, but Mediana, Disney would never let Sora join Smash, and even if they were, didn't you already mention before that there's a problem with characters joining from companies that already have 3 representatives? And we already have Cloud, Hero, and Sephiroth. I feel like myself and other content creators who talk about Sora joining Smash always have to bring up the topic of Disney allowing Sora in the game. And I gotta admit, it's getting kinda tiresome, but I'm gonna state it again. Yes, Disney has already stated multiple times that they're okay with Sora joining Smash. It is simply up to Sakurai, Nintendo, and Tetsuya Nomura. Disney and Nintendo already have a healthy relationship. Many games, including recent ones, are being added to the Switch and other Nintendo consoles, including Kingdom Hearts games. Just this past year, we got Kingdom Hearts Melody and Memories for the Switch, so yeah, Nintendo and Disney and Square Enix are fine with Kingdom Hearts working with Nintendo properties, and Nintendo working with Disney properties. With that said, I do hear you about the fact that yes, we do have 3 Square Enix reps. But that's why I'm gonna think a little bit outside of the box, because Sora is such an interesting situation. As you can see, the characters that I mentioned before, like Eggman and Dante, they're owned by one company. And though you could argue there's a bit of a situation when it comes to Sora being owned either by Disney or Square Enix, there is a possibility that Sora could be added as the first ever video game originated Disney rep in Smash. Because I don't know if you guys realize this, especially you people who keep saying that Sora can't join Smash without some form of Disney representation. You do realize that Sora himself is a Disney character, right? It's just that he's a Disney character that originates from a video game. Like, even if he does belong to Square Enix, he is a Disney character. Every Kingdom Hearts originated character is a Disney character. It's just that they were made for this video game. So personally, I think it would be pretty cool if Sora were to join Smash as the first ever Disney rep. With that said, I already mentioned in the beginning of the video that I don't entirely believe in that whole fan-made rule about there being 3 reps per company. I'm only playing along with that rule for now just because it seems that a lot of people in the community want to believe it. And it just so happens that Sora does have an out for that. And whether or not you guys want to admit it, Sora has been a heavily requested character for a very, very, very long time. Don't forget that in the very same E3 that Smash Ultimate was revealed, Kingdom Hearts 3 still won as the most anticipated video game of that year. People love Kingdom Hearts and people love Sora. And even now, Sora continues to be as relevant as ever with all of his new games that have been coming out. For me personally, Sora will always be my #1 pick for Smash, but bias or not, I will always stand to believe that Sora from Kingdom Hearts deserves to be on the Super Smash Bros. Roster.
The next day.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Now for our #2 spot, we move from an iconic video game series to arguably one of the most iconic video game mascots of all time.
Wake up, Chief. I need you.
The protagonist of the Halo series, Master Chief, is a video game icon and the mascot of Microsoft. Now let me make myself clear when I say that I for one find the idea of having shooter characters in Smash to be very strange unless they have a moveset to back it up. But if there was any mainstream shooter that I believe deserves to join the Smash Bros. Roster, it's Master Chief. Without Halo, we really would not have a genuine multiplayer shooter genre at all. A lot of your favorite shooter games would not exist without Halo, and Halo would not exist without its iconic protagonist, the Master Chief. This guy has risen up the ranks of video game mascots to the point where he's arguably just as famous as Mario himself. Add the fact that we already have Halo 5, Halo Infinite, and the Halo 2 remaster, with even more Halo games coming, Master Chief is nothing but relevant. And with the fact that Microsoft and Nintendo have recently been doing a lot of collaborations, it really would not surprise me if they would top off their collaborative efforts by adding Master Chief to Smash. Especially with the fact that some of the biggest names in Microsoft are already in Smash with Banjo-Kazooie, Steve, Cuphead, and Vault Boy. All we're really missing is the Chief. With that said, even though Master Chief would be the perfect bookend to end off Microsoft and Nintendo's recent collaborations in Smash, I feel like our number one choice signifies truly the crazy amounts of work that Sakurai would put in and the crazy chances that characters have when it comes to joining Smash. Especially since our number one choice, or in this case, choices, are from companies that have never been represented in Smash at all. I feel like a lot of you probably saw this coming, and in all honesty, why wouldn't you? Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon have been video game icons since the early days of the console wars. And though they may be under Activision now, they still have started off as video game mascots in the same vein as Mario and Sonic. Their stories for being requested characters to join Smash has been a very long but powerful one. Both being iconic characters who have been able to stand up to the likes of character giants like Mario and Sonic, but then sadly at one point have both fallen off into obscurity for years, only to be met with such high praise and reception and celebration when the two of them finally came back to the limelight. Thanks to companies such as Activision, Vicarious Visions, and Toys for Bob, Crash and Spyro have been able to come back in such a massive way. Their resurgence through their respective games, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, and Spyro's Reignited Trilogy, have started off this massive wave of resurgence throughout the video game landscape. It's because of the return of Crash and Spyro that we finally get to bring back games that were also obscure, such as Mega Man. It really helps the case that just like Sonic and Mega Man, Crash and Spyro have been able to return as multi-platform characters. meaning that once they return, their games have been able to be added to the Switch. Now, both characters have been long-time, heavily requested characters, but if I had to choose one of them, because sadly that is the case for me, I don't think that Crash and Spyro would both join at the same time. I do feel like this would be a one or the other situation. So if I had to choose, and if you guys have seen my Crash and Spyro videos in the past, you guys have already known that my thoughts of Crash and Spyro both joining Smash is kind of impossible. I don't see them both joining the roster at the same time. I see only one or the other. And from those videos, I've mentioned that when it comes to popularity and relevancy, I do see that Crash is the more likely. Especially since, along with the Insane Trilogy, he got brand new games after that. What with Team Crash Racing, which may I add won a video game award, and Crash 4 It's About Time, which is a completely brand new and original adventure within the Crash Bandicoot franchise. Meanwhile, Spyro really only has the Reignited Trilogy. Now, with that said, if it were up to me, I definitely feel like I'd go with Spyro due to the fact that I feel like his moveset options would be a lot more interesting, along with a couple of other little fun facts and tidbits that I really recommend you guys go check the Spyro for Smash video if you're curious. But being realistic and thinking about it in a business perspective, I do believe that Crash has the bigger chance than Spyro. With all that said though, I do believe that Crash and Spyro for the longest time have deserved spots on the Smash Bros roster. They're both video game icons, they're both mascots, they're both extremely long and heavily requested characters, and unlike any other characters on this list, they would be the only real original unofficial Sony reps in Smash Bros history. Crash and Spyro is arguably the only chance we have of having all three big video game companies together in one game. And I don't know about you guys, but for a game like Super Smash Bros, which is supposed to celebrate the history of video games, I feel like having all three of the big video game giants in one would be the biggest deal ever in Super Smash Bros. History. With all that said though, these are just my opinions, and in the end, I believe that every single one of the characters that I mentioned in this video deserves a spot in Smash. But I don't know, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there a character that maybe I might have been missing from this list? Let me know in the comments down below and let's have a discussion about it. I genuinely cannot believe that we are now at a time that we're about to have our final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character revealed in just a few days. The thought is completely mind-boggling. And with that knowledge hitting me, I've come to a realization that that also means that my Smash Bros. Journey is very close to coming to an end. I've made a lot of videos discussing about characters that I wanted to see in Smash. And I put so much effort reacting and editing and discussing my opinions of how I feel the Smash Bros. Community as well as the game itself has been up to this point. Definitely a bittersweet feeling to think that it's all coming to an end. So because of that, I want to try to do something special for the end. Including this one, I have 4 videos planned out that I want to make in order to truly celebrate the end of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So with that in mind, please stay tuned on all my social media, whether it's my Twitter or Instagram or my YouTube channel, in order to keep up with these updates and to figure out when all this stuff is going to be happening. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is coming to an end, and part of me wishes that the end would never come, but part of me also accepts that everything that is great has to come to an end at some point. If it were to go on forever, then, well, it wouldn't be beautiful. As Vision from Age of Ultron once said,
They're doomed.
Yes. But a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts.
and I think he put that best. So with that in mind, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And please never forget to keep doing you, keep sharing laughs, and keep on rambling. See ya!